There we go. I actually just picked up a new phone. I got the 15 Pro. This I'm filming with a real camera, but all the reels and things on Instagram I usually film with just my normal iPhone. I feel like those actually perform better because with a normal camera it's almost a bit too crispy. So that is gonna be exciting. We'll transfer everything and probably use it for the future reels. There's one thing I really want to talk about today. I have a few more minutes in the car, and that is about social media. Because believe it or not, 3 years ago I was extremely against. I had some friends, they always told me like, you should start with social media, start posting the things you do. But in my head I just thought, I will never do social media because it seems like so much work, so much pressure. And that was basically my reasoning at the time. Then I started with social media, and in the beginning it was definitely a bit tough, hard to be yourself. But then after a while, it's probably the greatest thing I've ever done, because it's probably it's more the opposite of what I thought actually. Because I thought it was gonna be stressful and everything, I had to perform, do content. But if I ask myself the same question today, I more feel like I'm actually performing this good because I'm doing social media, because I want to be in shape, because I have a lot of people expecting me to perform, and that's sort of a motivating factor. So it's not necessarily stressful. Sometimes of course it is. If I have to post something, or like I've been sick for a while, that sucks, because then you have a lot of pressure, you have to perform a lot of videos or photos, and it can be stressful of course. But in general I feel like it gives me way more than I thought. And it keeps me sharp. Sometimes it's even, I have competitions and I'm training for new stuff, but it's almost, I want to land those things more because I want to post them than actually performing them in competition. So it's almost a greater factor than me competing. And in general, to be honest, we need to have sort of a purpose to why we go to the gym. That's why I like to have a few competitions split up over the years, or over 1 year, have maybe every 3 or 4 months at least, because that also keeps you in shape. You need to have something to train for. When I started hitting the gym, I had a clear purpose. I just want to get huge. That's the reason I started going to the gym. You know, I wanted to look a certain way, I wanted to, you know, feel good about myself. That's why I started, and that's a pretty clear purpose. But after doing that for like 2 years, then I did start to get a pretty decent shape, in a good body. And at that point it was hard to know if, all right, am I happy with who I am right now, or is there any more goals I want to achieve? And that's the point where I started calisthenics, because then it wasn't necessarily about how I looked, more like, all right, I have a clear purpose to achieve a front lever or a planche. It's super clear goals. Whereas me saying, oh, I want to look a certain way, or I have this sort of body, it's pretty harsh. It's hard to tell. And it's always gonna be, you know, a better looking body. You can always strive for your pump, for example. So I think that's really important to have that purpose. And that's what I love about calisthenics. It's clear goals. I know that, all right, can I hold a full planche or not? It's like yes or no answer. It's no, yeah, maybe, it depends on which resistance band, or if I'm having a good or bad day. No, it's you can hold it or not, that's no doubt about it. But it doesn't have to be calisthenics though. If you're in the gym as well, I would recommend setting weight goals instead of, you know, just saying, oh, I go to the gym to look good, because it's hard. In the beginning it's gonna work and you're gonna see results, but the more you've been in the gym, the longer you've been in the game, the less aesthetic it's gonna be, or the less progress in aesthetic. I don't know how to formulate it, but it's harder to see results. For example, for me, if I train 1 year now, I'm gonna see a small difference in my body. Like I might be a little bit bigger, a little bit more shredded, depends on my diet, but the results, it's gonna be pretty minimum. Whereas if I'm a beginner and I train for 1 year, a lot of things can happen. Your body can transform a lot, and that is motivation, and can definitely be used as motivation. But for me to just say, oh, I wanna train because I wanna be fit and look a certain way, it's hard now, because I'm not gonna see a lot of progress. But in statics and things, it's easy to see. So that's why I recommend having fixed goals. Take certain weights, or achieve a certain amount of reps. or maybe I want to compete in this competition. Just have things that you can answer yes or no on. That's clear. And I think that has helped me a lot because I've always had a purpose. And now with social media as well, like I love going to the gym and doing these vlogs, doing posts, and in general just be creative with content. And that sort of gives me motivation to actually go to the gym as well. Because some days I don't really feel like training, but I might feel oh, let's just do this funny video. So I go to the gym either way, I do some training, I film the content, and at the end of the day I did actually get some progress from doing so. Because that's way better than just staying home. So finding these nuggets. But now I am done with talking. The plan for today is gonna be front lever training. And it's the first front lever session after dealer week. So I'm expecting it to be pretty good. Last day it was the planche session and it was decent power but not the best. I feel like the first session after deload, my body is sort of pretty low in energy because it's been used to being in a deload state. So sort of it takes one workout to just, oh fuck it, get back into it. And now my body is more awake and, you know, ready to get absolutely slayed. So that's gonna be the plan for today, just slay the workout. I'll see you in the gym for a pull session. First set of today, it's gonna be front lever pull-ups and it's 10 reps. Before deload I did 8 repetitions, same band, same height, so adding 2 more reps. First set I'm not expecting too much, always sort of a warm-up set. But the other 2, I'm hoping for some solid repetitions. False grip. I think 10 is gonna be a perfect number. First set is always a bit worse, but I actually managed to do 10 and it felt pretty decent. So I think 3 sets of this is gonna be doable. I got extremely confused. Take 5 seconds and just see if you can spot the rings, both of them. Because when I just looked in the camera, I was like, where is one of the rings? And I couldn't see it. It took me a while. That was super weird. It messed up my head. Optical illusion. I thought the camera deleted the ring for some reason, but no, I was just sort of blind. It's time for set number 2. I'm expecting a little bit better than the first set, since I'm now warmed up. I'm into the form, my body knows it's a fucking front lever we're gonna do. Let's get 10 clean reps. Definitely gonna be perfect with 10. Oh, fuck you. Definitely gonna be perfect with 10 reps. Because I do need to try my all for the final sets as well. Small movement with the hips. When I get tired, I use the hips a little for momentum, which is not the right way. But I feel like as long as it's not too much, it's not harmful. And we're still getting a lot of progress from doing this. And the final set, false grip like crazy. If you couldn't guess, my favorite skill out of planche and front lever is front lever. It's also the first skill I learned. I feel like front lever is a bit easier, at least for me it was. And in general, it's usually more people can do front than planche. But it varies from person to person. But for me, this is the skill I've been doing for the longest time. Enjoy a bit more, so I also train it a bit more. And thereby, a bit stronger than in planche. And also thereby, I also enjoy it way more. One important thing as well when it comes to training is that sometimes it doesn't have to be your training or your sleep or your food that's affecting your progress and everything as well. It may also be other factors in life. If you're having very stressful days with work, studies, everything. Me personally, I study full time. Sometimes when I have a lot in school, my training is usually going bad as well. Because my focus is not here, and in general my body's a bit stressed up, and that is definitely affecting workouts as well. So if training is going bad, I usually reflect, like, is there any factors in life that is happening right now besides of food and training and sleep? If those ones are good, then it's probably an outside factor. Next up, we have the one arm front lever. Last time I did 8-second holds, now it's 10 seconds instead. I have to check the height. I think this is a bit too low. I'm gonna do it on 10. I'm gonna take a photo of these ones then, because I did not remember which one I had last time. Stupid Simon. But I am not that clever all the time, but sometimes. Oh, this is heavy. I'm just gonna start here since I'm either way gonna twist. Especially now when I'm doing a bit longer holds, I feel that I am weaker on my left arm. In competition, I only do my right arm, so that's the strong one. Left arm, I'm slacking a little bit with. Since I'm training both, I'm hoping both of them will progress roughly equally. On to set number 2. Let's go shirtless for this one, just to check form. And it looks sick. Hopefully. Yesterday I actually went with some friends to the lake, did sauna and ice bath. Or not the ice bath, the lake was so damn thick with ice that we couldn't get through and do ice bath, so we just rolled in the snow, which was a bit disappointing, but it was better than nothing. But the thing that happened was I burnt my shoulder on the stove. I think that's called. So it was pretty damn painful. It's pretty good now though. I was gonna put in a piece of wood in the fire, and I just heard a noise like psss. And I thought like someone probably put water on the fire, but then I looked at my friends and no one did it. I was like, fuck. Just pulled the shoulder away, and damn, it was painful. And then if you put water on the sauna as well, it was painful in the when the what do you call it, humidity became too high. So well, that was a big fuck up. But I'm glad I'm not having planche workout today, because I don't need my shoulders. Now it's on to set number 2. And I do alternating arms. So I did start off with my right arm on the first set. Now it's gonna be starting off with the left arm. And in the one arm, I try to think with the shoulders to pull them back and down. And this is where I have my good connection. And it's pretty solid with my right arm, but with my left arm, I easily drop it and have this position, which is, it's bad. I also feel a bit painful when I lose that connection. So I prefer actually going into the front lever like this, because if I go into the right form from the beginning, it's easier to actually hold like that than to correctly get into it. So that's gonna be the plan for now. Start here. Oh, this is heavy. Last set is gonna be pretty damn hard. On to the final set. This is gonna be a fight. Oh. I think I counted a bit faster on the last one because I wanted to get it done. But solid. The one arm is definitely one of the harder skills. And even if I train with band, it takes a lot of effort. I've been doing this skill for, I think like 2.5, 3 years. At least training it for that long. Then having it clean is maybe, I'll say 1.5 year maximum. I did it in Beast of the Bars 2019, but I wouldn't say that was clean. It was still high level skill at the time because not a lot of people did it, but I wouldn't say it was clean at all, but it is what it is. But I think this is one of the exercises I've been doing the most. Training it with resistance band, a lot of connection. And since this movement is so much lat connection as well and shoulder wise here, it gives me a lot of strength in just normal front lever as well. Especially doing it on both sides, symmetry. I'm gonna increase my holds there. That's why I really like this exercise, even if it's hard as fuck. Now I got the Victorian, and it's gonna be 3 sets. I did try it in the rings last time during deload, and it was extremely hard. I tried the full one, not clean at all, but it was something. But I'm thinking today I'm gonna try advanced tuck, Victorian hold in rings for the first set and see how that goes. If it's good enough, I might actually do this because it's gonna give me some strength. If it's not good, if it's too hard or I feel like it's just bad connection, I'm gonna stick with the P-bars and just do normal Victorian with resistance band. So, but I will do the judgment after the first set. Fuck, it is insanely hard. Mad respect to the people who actually perform it. Oh shit, I'm gonna do 3 sets with my P-bars instead. I got myself the P-bars instead. Hopefully the form is gonna be way better. I'm gonna do the full now, 10-second hold, 3 sets. Oof. Heavy, but way better than with the rings. Decent solid 10 seconds, drop the hips a little in the end. That's absolutely fine. Let's do 2 more sets. Set number 2. Oof. Just 1 more. I hope I will be in frame. The body always fascinates me, and especially in this Victorian hold, my shoulders is getting its own life. It's like aliens and they're moving around. So let's see if we can get some shots from that angle. Done with the Victorian. In the beginning of the day I felt strong. Now I'm not gonna lie, I feel a bit weak, a bit tired, but it's what it is. I have top hold, front lever, and then pull-ups left, so not that much. Top hold, 3 sets, 10 seconds. Let's see if we can do them clean. Oof, this was hard. Now though I did put the rings on, it's length 9. Last time I think I did lower these ones. Not as an excuse, but I'm gonna have these ones on 9 for all the exercises, because then I know it's gonna be the same. I don't wanna have to change it all the time. It's back to the things I said before. Rather just make training as simple as possible so you actually do it. And now I'm just gonna put them on 9. They will always be there for front lever. Planche is different one, but have the same. So this one was a bit too hard, to hold it up here. But I would still say if I do it top front lever hold and it's not tied to the core, but still pretty close, still give me a lot of top front lever hold strength. This last part though, I would like to train that as well. So as long as I get a few seconds up here, I'm pretty happy. And then of course I'm gonna get stronger here too. So win-win scenario. I always just trying to hold my best. The higher up you are, the better it is, of course. Oh yeah, we're recording. On to set number 2. And let's check the form, if it's decent. One thing I feel is when I hold it, sometimes my feet and hips, they're pointing a bit upwards. So they're not really that horizontal. I don't know, sometimes the feeling is actually the opposite of how it looks. Sometimes it feels like shit, but it looks really good. Sometimes it feels really good and looks like shit. I hope it's the first one. Whoa, heavy duty, holy crap. I think the first seconds are pretty decent. Final ones, slowly lowering myself down. But let's see if my form was actually straight. Final set, let's get it. Lost all the power to these last sets. It is what it is. Tried my best to get my 10-second holds and everything. Almost succeeded. Not the best form, but still pretty decent. I don't know what it is. I do have a lot of in school and stuff, so as I mentioned before, can be other factors as well. Because food and sleep and training, it's going pretty good. Sometimes we have our periods where it's not too good. But there's one more exercise, and it's the front. It's the weighted pull-ups. It's gonna be 40 kg, like I did before deload week. But the aim is gonna be 10 reps now. I did 8 reps before, so 2 more reps. And pull-ups are hard, especially for me. I'm bad at doing more reps. I'm good with just increasing weights, pretty strong in 1 rep max, but super bad with endurance. So I think 10 is also gonna be a struggle today, but let's see. Stacked up with my 220 kgs, adding up 40. Also chalked up a lot. So we want a good grip, so we're training our back and not the grip strength. I think this one could, like pull-ups in general with weights, could be done with straps. So you reduce the actual strength part in your wrist and only focus on the pulling strength, which could be good if you want to target the muscles. But now let's try to get 10 reps. See how it goes. Music, please. Ooh, such a weak day. I just feel powerless and not having that burning desire inside of me. Some sessions you just feel unstoppable. This is the opposite. That was 10 reps roughly. Not perfect. I'm gonna do 2 more sets, aiming for 10. I'm gonna be satisfied if I make it to 8 reps. Took an extra minute rest. So roughly 3 minutes of rest, just because this is really hard on me. And especially today when it's a little bit towards the weaker side. So hopefully this rest will make sure that I get at least 8 reps. 9 reps if I count it correctly, which is pretty good. If I can get 9 reps for the final set as well, at least a good ending. Time for the final set, and let's end it with some back shots. 8.5 rep, I would say, which is good enough. But I'm not gonna lie, I am happy this workout is over. Started off pretty good, ended pretty damn tired. It may also be because I did now 5 days in a row, I think. I trained Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh shit, yeah. And now it's Tuesday. A lot of days in a row without the resting. So that might be the cause as well. So tomorrow's actually rest day, freestyle on Thursday. That's in 2 days. And then back on track again with statics on Friday. Today I did remember actually to bring my protein after the workout. And it's not necessarily that I need to take it directly after the session, but I like to have sort of my protein intake split throughout the whole day. So I don't like to have, like, let's say I would eat 100 grams of protein to breakfast, and then I would eat 100 grams of protein for lunch, and then nothing for the rest of the day. That's not really how I like to do it. I rather want to split it up. I feel like otherwise you just shit it out. So therefore I just bring this one, have it right after workout. Then maybe in a few hours I will have my meal and everything, and then have another protein intake. So maybe I eat 4 to 5 times per day, roughly. But to summarize this workout, it was a bit harsh. Definitely not my best one. And even though we had the dealer and everything, I would expect me to perform a little bit better. But at the same time, I've been training a lot of days in a row. So that might be a reason as well. But it is what it is. I would also say that discipline is not really me just being in the gym, because most of the times I enjoy being in the gym. But the discipline part with training is the days when you don't really feel like training, but you're still here. And what I like about these vlogs and stuff is, I'm not gonna lie, if I didn't have the camera here, I would probably have cut down on the reps on some of the exercises. That's the honest truth. But since I'm vlogging, I wanna like show my peak performance, of course, and in a good way, because it pushed my limit. But in reality, if I didn't have the camera, I would probably have cut down on some reps. So I'm really glad I'm doing these vlogs, because that keeps me disciplined and on top. But let's take some rest now, and I will see you guys in a few days, and hopefully I'm powered up.